good day or good evening, whatever time it is at the time you're watching this video. Hi everyone, welcome back, welcome in if you're new here. So I had opened up to Spirit all day today, and I wanted Spirit to bring through some signs and some synchronicities throughout my day in order to share with you guys for this reading. And so I'm going to go ahead and list everything that I have been seeing today throughout my day first, and then we're going to get into these new cards that I got that I absolutely love. But the first thing that I was being shown constantly, and this is like all throughout my day, just kept seeing it in different places. You know, I don't need to go into specifics. Orange and gold dragons. Orange and golden, like fiery colored dragons, but specifically side by side with a tiger, and also with a yin and yang symbol. So they were all kind of together in different areas. I've seen it in a tattoo. You know, I've seen it on other social media on my phone. I've seen it on a sign while I was out and about driving around. So that's the first thing. The second thing is carnivorous plants. You know, those plants that, you know, just put a picture, that eat the flies, like the Venus flytraps, those kind of plants. And seeing those everywhere today too. And then I've been seeing synchronicities about winning the lotto. Seen it multiple times in different random areas related to winning the lotto. And then the name Jude, which then took my mind to Saint Jude, which is a patron saint who a lot of people tend to pray to when they're praying about things that seem hopeless, or like out of desperation, like praying about something that seems like it would be a hopeless attempt, so to speak. But yeah, those are the things that came up throughout the day that Spirit brought through for the collective. And the cards that I am reaching for today that we're going to start off with are these magical cards right here, the Dumpster Fire Oracle cards. And I absolutely love these so far. I've had them for a couple of days now. I've been kind of playing around with them for my personal readings for myself, and I absolutely love them. So we're going to go ahead and tap in for this reading with these cards in particular to get things started off, see what's happening for the collective at this time. And I think what I'm going to do here is just kind of split these, and then we're going to pull from the tops. Right out the gate, we've got Ghost of Good Advice. Release fear. Boo! The past isn't here to haunt you. Everything's a lesson. No need to be scared of wisdom. Okay, so we're talking about releasing some fear about something. And now we have Magical Shield. Healthy boundaries. Your shield protects your line. Honor yourself. Set boundaries with love and confidence. So we've got releasing fear, and we have a message about healthy boundaries. I'm feeling like there has recently been some things coming up that kind of remind you of a past situation or past situations, which is why this card is coming out here. And the fact that it says that the past is not here to haunt you. Your past is basically lessons that were learned from, and to not be afraid of the wisdom that you obtained from these lessons. And with this healthy boundary card coming out right after that, I'm feeling like this is based out of like relationships with other people. It's not necessarily love, but it can be. But it's definitely a statement here that's saying that You do not need to fear having new relationships with people as long as you stick to having these boundaries set. And I feel like these boundaries are part of the lessons that you have learned from the past as well. And in this way, you truly honor yourself first. You know exactly, what you do and you don't want in your life. And in this way, you are able to act through love and through confidence, moving forward and moving further away from this past history here. And along with this healthy boundaries, it's bringing my mind back to the Venus flytrap, the carnivorous plant, and how in some beliefs they're seen as things that are very protective. It stands for protection of energy, and also transmutation of energy, taking the life form of the insect and turning it into energy for the plant to be able to thrive on. These plants really do represent this kind of like magical shield type of essence here that I'm feeling. And that kind of plant also represents persistence and patience as well, because the plant can't move to catch its food, right? It has to kind of sit there with its mouth wide open and just kind of wait for the fly to be attracted in. And so there's this essence that you are bringing to the table here with the fact that you are very persistent, but you are also very patient, and you're able to, kind of like hold off and wait for a really long time in order to get the nutrients, like the plant, that you're needing. And this very well can transfer over to relationships in general with other people. Waiting for a very long time and being very selective about who you encounter and who you want to keep encountering, if that makes sense. And having an understanding that in being selective in this way, it is setting boundaries with people who do not quite vibe with your energy. And so that is speaking to me of the vibes of the plant and the protection that they represent as well, keeping their own energy protected. And even with the dragons and the tigers as well, they're very protective creatures. The dragon sits and protects its treasures in its cave, its shiny objects, and the tiger lays low in the grasslands and waits patiently for its opportunity to pounce. It's that kind of vibe is what I'm getting here. Let's go ahead and see what else is coming out here. We have pencil pusher. Get to work. Sharpen up. Stop doodling excuses. It's time to produce. You can make it happen. Interesting. And I'm feeling like one more needs to come out. Rainbow. Expect positive change. Storms pass and brighter colors bloom. Trust the shift. Light always follows the rain. All right, I see where this is going now. So not only are you protective in the people that you surround yourself with, but you're also very protective over what you do with your time and your own energy. And there is this kind of sense that you are kind of waiting for something, waiting to do something, which is bringing my mind over to the winning lotto and then St. Jude, where St. Jude is the one you pray to for things that seem hopeless. And I feel like Spirit is coming through with the message here that it is not hopeless. There is no hopelessness in these regards for you. And this sort of like mentality of it being hopeless is the excuses here that this card is talking about. Stop doodling excuses, because it's not hopeless, and it's definitely time to produce. It's time to make it happen. And you have everything in your tool shed in order to be able to do it. And this kind of like stormy weather that this card is talking about here, how storms pass and brighter colors bloom, this can be a reminder of the past, which is what this card talks about. And the fact that the past is not there to scare you, to cause fear. The past was there to bring in wisdom so that you can sharpen your pencil, so to speak, and be able to come around on the whole spiral of life with a higher perspective than from before. Things are shifting. Trust the shift. Light always follows the rain. Things are definitely shifting for you. And I feel like you are coming out of a time of stormy weather, so to speak. But just like the rainbow presenting itself after a storm, it's a promise that things are getting better. And that this kind of like somewhere over the rainbow vibe is starting to trickle in for you at this time. The words light always follows the rain kind of makes my mind shift over to like shadow work and coming out of doing a whole bunch of shadow work and then finally seeing the light of day again, so to speak, after that. It's kind of that vibe that I'm feeling. And my eyes are going to all these like little smiley faces that are all across the board here. And when I looked at all of that, I heard in my mind that you haven't smiled in quite some time going through these recent like storms. But as of lately, you're starting to get back into being able to find the joys again and having a little bit more of a smile face on your face rather than a frown. I'm going to go ahead and just pop in here with a few tarot and see if there's anything else that would like to come out for you at this time. But this is definitely a message of there is not hopelessness. There is hope, especially with this rainbow coming through. That rainbow really signifies hope after like a dark night, after the storm, I'm feeling this one right here. I was trying to dig it out and then it was kind of playing with me a little bit. Let's go ahead and see what we have here. We have Judgment, we have Ace of Pentacles, and we have 10 of Wands. Right out the gate, looking at this one, I heard packing up my bags and I'm getting out of here. And that speaks to me of kind of like moving on from something. The 10 of Wands is the card of burdens, but it was just the way this is depicted here in the card. Of kind of like he's got it all packed up in a bag and it's strapped on his back and he's on a crosswalk here, like he's slowly walking away, with the things that he needs on his back, but not necessarily agreeing to take on any more at this point, judging by his face, really. With Judgment coming out too, it's clear to me that you are in like a dawning of a new day, so to speak. This kind of like awakening energy after this like shadow work vibe that I was seeing here within the words of this card. And there's this vibe of being able to see a lot clearer. And now that song, I can see clearly now, the rain is gone, which totally makes sense because of the rainbow card coming out too. You have a more clearer picture of everything, really. From relationships to what you want to be doing in your life, what you do want to believe, what you don't want to believe, like all of that. Like you were working on sharpening your pencil, so to speak, and now it is pinpoint sharp and you are ready to like push on through to the other side. And not only that, the Judgment card also reminds us as well that we are going to face things in our lives that are going to be quite life-changing. And how we're able to manage these like choices that we have in life is through our past experiences, like this Ghost of Good advice card, and releasing the fears of the choices that were made in the past because they were already learned from before. And in any regard, all of these past things here have been the catalyst to where you are currently standing in your life as well. But I mean, you have new things flowing to you at this time. You have that with this Ace of Pentacles coming out. You're leaving the old behind, you know, that old baggage, and you're coming into a new. And it's feeling a lot like winning the lottery, really. So it could be relationships, it could be just, you know, financial opportunities, business opportunities, but it's abundance nonetheless. And to me, abundance speaks of just like everything. It's not just monetary or money, but you're turning over a new leaf. There is hope. There is this somewhere over the rainbow for you, and it is coming in, and brighter days are coming ahead is all I really am getting off of this vibe. Your persistence is going to pay off, just like with that carnivorous plant, the Venus flytrap. How patient and steady they are, and their steadiness really does pay off after a while. And yes, they do have to wait, but man, it's worth it in the end, because in the end, the little plant gets a meal, right? You're getting ready to get your meal, so to speak. You're closing out old cycles here with this 10 of Wands, and you're wrapping things up. And you're really taking into consideration the responsibilities that you hold for yourself. You know, you're super responsible for yourself and for your actions and for this shadow work that you recently got done doing. And this card also is a gentle reminder to really take in, you know, the things in your life that might need to be let go of and what needs to be focused on as well. And I really feel as if that is what you are doing right now, especially with this card coming out. And I love the fact that it ended up being right next to each other here on the table. That you are sharpening up to these things. And you're understanding what burdens you're supposed to take with you, what responsibilities need to be in your bag here, and what you need to walk away from as well. And I really feel as if this is spirit coming through for you in this reading to let you know that you are headed in the right direction here on your little crosswalk, crossing the street. And you might look a little grumpy every once in a while. Everybody does, especially when you're working on the self and you're going within and you're doing a lot of the dirty work. But that's okay too. You know, that is 100% okay. You do not always have to have these little smiley faces on your face. But Spirit just wanted to let you know that you are headed in the right direction. And this is just purely confirmation for you. So I thank you so much for sharing your energy here with me in Spirit today. And I'm going to go ahead and leave this one here. I love each and every one of you so much, and I appreciate your guys' presence here on Mind and Spirit's channel. And until next time, I love you. We love you. Bye.